welcome to Session 5, Dreams to Reality, the audio-visual version of Author Your Dreams Action Plan, Part 1, Introduction to Dream Planning. Chapter 4, Imagination Seeded Dreams. Imagination. As I write this chapter, coincidentally, today is John Lennon's birthday. Whenever we agree with his politics or not, he was a great creator, dreamer, and visionary. His song, Imagine, voices profound dream action for the entire world. In this song written by Lennon, he admits being a dreamer and invites listeners to join him in a magnificent dream for all of mankind. Imagination Extinction. The concept of the thinking stuff introduced in the last chapter presents the unlimited field where we will paint our imaginative visions. First, however, we will need to revive our imaginations once again. With television, movies, and the internet, our mind space is bombarded with endless images and messages. The challenges for dream doers with this information overload is to take control of mind space. How glorious it is to begin to plant our own images, words, thoughts, ideas, and messages into the universal mind space. Let's become aware of information, images, and ideas we allow to enter our mind space. If our mind is overcrowded with corporate agendas, spoon-fed to us through advertising, it can be distracted from serving our own vision. In fact, it is common for our ideas, thoughts, and inspirations to become casualties to the idea that we are required to make a living. Making a living. This is a primary concern. Nearly our entire lives are caught up in the unquestioned assumption that we must make a living. We have been taught, trained, educated, and indoctrinated all our lives that we must make a living. As we grow to adulthood, we receive instruction for training from every angle and by all medias how to make an even better living. A better living being defined with new cars, larger homes, designer clothes, stuff, and then newer stuff. There is nothing wrong with stuff. Yet, as we become slaves to the stuff, we give up major real estate of our mind space to the ever-growing task of making an even better living and getting better stuff. We work to live and live to work. There is little or no space left over to cultivate our imagination in order to build our dreams and see them fulfilled. I believe the idea that we must have a constantly escalating lifestyle and make a living is one of the biggest lies ever perpetuated. Think about it. You are alive. I am alive. We were created to live. Therefore, why should we lean over the Creator's shoulder and instruct Him how to keep us alive? This whole making a living doctrine has been shoved into our minds and our hearts our whole lives. And I, for one, proclaim that it's not true. How do I feed my family and myself? How do I feed my family then? How do I feed myself? How do I make money, you ask? I can't feed my children on imagination. Those, dear reader, are horizontal questions. And in order to deal with them, we'll have to fly out of the top of the cage to think creatively. Go to the source to get your source. Our imagination needs to come alive. We need to discover its ability to breathe life into our dreams. When our imagination is tied up with the business of making a living and in living the lifestyle of the corporate crabs, our imagination dies. Okay. The best investment you will ever make. The best investment you will ever make is in yourself. It's true that when you invest in yourself directly, you will not get a weekly or a monthly paycheck right away. It may take months and years before you will ever see any real self-employment income. Yet investing in books, workshops, seminars, and self-development tools is an investment in uncovering the layers of limited beliefs and agendas that we serve in exchange for so-called financial security, approval, status, and elitism. Once you withdraw your need for approval, you will gain the necessary energy and time to invest in yourself, which is the best investment ever. There are ways to change the channel and free up your mind's imagination to work in your favor. You no longer need to fatten another's pocketbook as a consumer or as a worker. Here is a short list of the ways to begin to free up mental real estate. Number 1. Stop watching television or drastically slow it down. Number 2. Cut consumables, eating out, pay TV, big holiday gifts. Number 3. Invest in yourself with classes, books, seminars. And number 4. Observe whether you are consuming or producing. Celebration of imagination. As we free up mental real estate, we naturally start to use our imagination to discover our dream objectives. Depending on our ability to imagine, at first we may come up with dreams such as, I want $250,000 a year. Or I dream about that I'm driving a Harley Davidson motorcycle. There is no dream too big or too small. Tap into your wants and desires and ask yourself, once I get that $250,000 a year, what will it do for me? Once I get that Harley, what is it about that big haul that gives me great pleasure and joy? Once you get the money, what will you spend it on? The answers reveal your deepest heartfelt dreams. The answer may be that you will be able to spend more time with family. That's okay if that's your dream objective, since in that case, it's not really the money you want, but a way to nurture a relationship, time, and freedom. As for the Harley, perhaps the dream objective is to feel the wind in your hair and have the freedom to get away from it all. So, ask yourself, what is the idea behind the initial dream idea? Get down to the real dream objective. Dream objective. We will start with one dream objective to write about and publish. Based on the dream objective, you will create a 10 to 40 page dream plan book to read, review, and release to the thinking stuff. This process awakens and stimulates your imagination to breathe life into your dream. We're going to start with 4 areas from which you can choose your dream objective. These areas come from the acronym SELF, SELF. S stands for space. That covers your home, office, car, and how you move about. It includes how you move, function, and travel within your space. Perhaps you have a dream to go to Europe for the first time in your life. Or perhaps you would like to remodel a room in your home for improved use of space. Write down your dream for your space. E is for energy. What kind of dream objectives might you formulate in the area of energy? Energy refers to your physical health, spiritual, and professional development, and anything else that would provide energy to your life. Perhaps you have an objective to give up drinking sodas, or you want to get into an effective exercise program, or you want to meditate daily. Write down your energy objectives. L refers to your love relationships, your family, spouse, and friends. Do you have a dream in the area of relationships? Perhaps you want to attract the love of your life. You want to see romance return to your main love relations. Write it down in your workbook. F stands for financial. A dream object might be to create $500 a month for the idea of reducing all credit card debt to earn a measure of freedom from consumerism. A financial dream objective might be to attract an extra $200 a month to pay for classes to get a real estate license. Identify and write down a financial dream. Choose your dream objective. For your first dream story, I suggest keeping it simple. You want to be successful right in the beginning so you can build up your dream muscles. Choose something that you could be excited about, and as time goes on, something about which you can be very passionate. Key points to remember. Take your mind space back. That was number 1. Number 2, imagination gives a breath of life to your dreams. Number 3, begin to allow your imagination to stretch and grow. Number 4, select an area to define a dream objective. Number 5, select a dream objective, something that excites you, and write it down. And for this power study about making a living, we have suggested Do What You Love, The Money Will Follow with Marcia Sinitar. And that was published in 1989 Random House. This book advocates the importance of finding your gifts and your strengths and making them your highest priority, rather than making money your highest priority. Sinitar's bold premise is that once you are ignited with the joy of doing what you love, the money will follow. Okay, so that ends Chapter 4, Imagination, Seed of Dreams, and this Chapter 4 in the audio-video version of Dreams to Reality, Author Your Dream Action Plan.